Palantir Technologies, PLTR, has been the darling of the stock market, dazzling investors with a meteoric rise of over 350% this year. But as the saying goes, what goes up must come down, at least, that's what some analysts are whispering. On Tuesday, Palantir took a 3% nosedive in early trading after Cathie Wood's ARK Invest sold $15 million worth of shares. Is the glow of Palantir dimming? Are we looking at a short-term wobble or signs of deeper turbulence ahead? Cathie Wood, the rock star of ARK Invest, selling Palantir might feel like your favorite teacher suddenly doubting your abilities. Just months ago, she was possibly among the loudest cheerleaders for AI-focused companies like Palantir. Now, she's trimming her position like a cautious parent taking the training wheels off their kid's bike. Wood's move may simply be portfolio rebalancing. When a stock rises 350%, it can dominate a portfolio disproportionately. Selling high to diversify isn't unusual, it's just good portfolio hygiene. Think of it like decluttering your closet. You love that flashy jacket, Palantir, but you can't wear it every day. The real question is, does this sale signal waning confidence in Palantir's long-term potential? That's where things get interesting. Now let's get nerdy with some technical indicators. If stock charts make your eyes glaze over, stay with me, I promise to keep it spicy. The short-term gloom. Palantir's 8-day SMA, $77.62, and 20-day SMA, $76.28, are both flashing bearish signals according to GuruFocus.com. Translation: the stock price has fallen below these averages, which suggests that short-term momentum is slowing. It's like a sprinter who dominated the first 200 meters but is now huffing and puffing as others start catching up. But wait! The 200-day SMA, $37.69, remains bullish. This means Palantir's longer-term trajectory still looks healthy. Think of it as the difference between a weather forecast and climate data. Today might be cloudy, short-term SMAs, but the year still looks sunny, 200-day SMA. What does this mean for investors? For traders looking for quick profits, the bearish short-term SMAs could be a red flag. But for long-term investors, the bullish 200-day SMA signals that Palantir still has its mojo intact, just with a few hiccups along the way. Now, let's address the elephant in the room. Is Palantir worth its current valuation, or are we in bubble territory? By the way, if you are benefiting from the content so far and want more like this, hit the subscribe button, turn on the notifications bell, and comment the word more. Just go ahead and type the word more so I know. Now that you've commented, let's continue. At its current price, Palantir's market cap is pushing astronomical levels. Critics could argue that the stock is running on hype, not fundamentals, with much of its rise driven by the AI craze. Remember the dot-com bubble? Yeah, they're drawing comparisons. But here's where Palantir fans fight back. Unlike many AI companies riding the wave, Palantir has real-world applications. From government contracts to AI-powered tools for commercial clients, Palantir isn't just selling dreams, it's delivering solutions. Imagine Palantir as a high-tech Swiss Army knife. It's not flashy like a diamond necklace, meme stocks, but incredibly useful in the right situations. Governments and enterprises love Palantir because it gets the job done, whether it's managing defense logistics or optimizing supply chains. Still, with a price-to-sales (PS) ratio hovering above industry norms, critics could argue that Palantir is priced for perfection. If growth slows, the stock could take a hit. It's like buying a sports car on the assumption that gas will always be cheap, great if it works, risky if it doesn't. For long-term investors, the question isn't whether Palantir will hit bumps along the way, it's whether the destination is worth the journey. And here's where things get philosophical. If you're a long-term investor, you know the drill. Stocks rise and fall, but fundamentals win over time. Palantir's government contracts, expanding commercial footprint, and focus on AI give it a solid growth story. Sure, there might be turbulence, but seasoned investors treat these dips like Black Friday sales. Think of Palantir as a roller coaster ride at a theme park. There are thrilling highs and stomach-dropping lows, but if you stay buckled in, you're in for a heck of a ride. What's next for Palantir? So, what should investors expect from here? Let's break it down. Short-term, volatility ahead. With Cathie Wood's sale and bearish short-term SMAs, Palantir could see more choppiness in the coming weeks. Traders should buckle up for some wild swings. Long-term, blue skies or storm clouds. The 200-day SMA suggests that Palantir's long-term prospects remain solid. But to justify its lofty valuation, the company needs to deliver consistent growth, and not just from AI hype. Palantir is like that one friend who's brilliant but eccentric. Sometimes they show up late, short-term volatility, but when it matters, they deliver big, long-term growth. For traders, the recent bearish signals might be a cue to tread cautiously. For long-term investors, Palantir remains a compelling story, albeit one that requires patience. The market often acts like a soap opera. One moment it's Palantir, the hero of AI, and the next, it's Palantir, the fallen star. This week's plot twist. Cathie Wood selling $15 million worth of shares, causing skeptics to gasp like it's the season finale. But seriously, $15 million. That's pocket change in the grand scheme of Palantir's market cap. It's like being alarmed when a billionaire downgrades from a Ferrari to a Tesla. Sure, it's noticeable, but it doesn't mean they're broke. Think of Palantir as a rocket on its way to Mars. The 350% rise was the ignition stage, and everyone's eyes were glued to the fiery liftoff. Now, as the rocket enters the atmosphere, turbulence sets in. Those short-term moving averages aren't exactly smooth. But remember, the mission isn't to stay in orbit, it's to land on the red planet, or, in this case, deliver long-term gains. The question is, will Palantir keep the engines roaring or face a malfunction? So far, the long-term indicators suggest the rocket is well built, but some critics are nervously eyeing the fuel gauge valuation. If you're holding Palantir, congratulations, you're on the financial equivalent of a Six Flags thrill ride. Those short-term dips are the gut-wrenching drops, while the 200-day SMA is the sturdy track keeping you from crashing. Here's a tip, don't be the person screaming, "Let me off," halfway through. The ride is designed to be bumpy, but the destination is the thrill at the end. If you believe in Palantir's AI dominance and its ability to secure long-term government and commercial contracts, then dips like these are buying opportunities. It's like finding your favorite gadget on sale, you don't overthink, you just grab it. Already holding Palantir? Stick to your strategy. Short-term volatility is par for the course, and as long as the fundamentals remain strong, there's no reason to panic. Remember Warren Buffett's sage advice, the stock market is a device for transferring money from the impatient to the patient. If you're a trader looking for quick gains, the bearish short-term signals might be a red flag. Palantir's price swings can be stomach-churning, and if you're not ready for the ride, it might be time to step aside and invest in something more stable, like treasury bonds or a good night's sleep. Does Cathie Wood's sale really matter? Let's revisit the big headline. Cathie Wood sold $15 million worth of Palantir shares. Here's the thing, it's more about the optics than the actual impact. Imagine your favorite chef announces they've removed a dish from the menu. Does it mean the restaurant is going under? Of course not. It's just a tweak in the lineup. That's essentially what Cathie Wood did, a strategic portfolio adjustment, not an indictment of Palantir's future. Palantir is navigating a tricky phase, balancing sky-high expectations with a dose of market reality. Its short-term moving averages suggest turbulence, while the long-term indicators remain optimistic. Cathie Wood's sale adds fuel to the debate, but it's hardly a death knell. At the end of the day, Palantir's story is far from over. Whether you're a day trader looking for quick wins or a long-term investor betting on the AI revolution, Palantir has something to offer. if you're willing to stomach the ride. It's our privilege that God, the creator of heaven and earth, will bless us abundantly, make us the head and not the tail if we love him and obey his commandments. Please acknowledge him in your plans and he will direct your paths. Proverbs 3 verses 5 to 6. Want more information? Check the description section. Alright, beloved friends, that's the end for now. If you have watched until the end, drop a comment like this: I stayed until the end. Just comment that I stayed until the end. When I see this comment, I will give you a heart. There are 3 more important steps to build wealth. First, like this video, subscribe and then turn on the notifications bell. If you do this, you highly motivate me to continue bringing to you educative and transformative videos every week. Do not miss out on our future videos full of knowledge and wisdom. All I am asking is your subscription. Thanks for joining us today. Your support is appreciated so much. Do not hesitate to share this video to help someone. I recommend that you watch the next video, subscribe to the channel and share your thoughts about today's video. Thank you. See you in the next video by God's grace. We love you, and blessings to you.